Bold TV.
Hello, good morning, ladies. Welcome to another episode of Bold TV. Beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities, where we talk about issues related to disabilities and disability itself. But we talk more on a particular gender, which is women, because that's what we are. And today we have a very interesting episode that we would like us to digest and share our own quota. Before I go deep, I'll say happy August to all of us. It's second quarter. We are diving deeper, and I say welcome and happy August to all of us. Today's topic is so essential that people will be wondering what are they saying and why are they doing it. Still on the suspense, if you enjoy Bold TV, you like it, you like our contributions, you learn, because we're here to sensitize the public and even ourselves. So you can get to our YouTube channel, Facebook page, comment, share, and subscribe as much as you can, because we want this to spread round the world, round the globe, because we're sharing something very important. People get to disability every day without them expecting it. So it's something that people will learn and learn to live with it. It's not something you will give an excuse or want to cry about. Just move on with life, because life is beautiful itself. So back to our topic. It's very interesting, and I won't go there. I would like the ladies in the house to introduce themselves, because we have to know ourselves. Every day we come online, we introduce ourselves every day. Osaki Teresa Georgie. I reside in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Polio warrior. I'm a farmer and a freelancer, member of Bold Heart Initiative, member of Fair Care Foundation, and disability rights advocate. Thank you very much. So I'll write Florence to take over from me.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Florence Marcus. I'm a lawyer. I live and work here in Abuja. I'm a lady with disability, and amputee. Thank you for having me on Bold Heart.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Florence. Frankie, please continue.
All right, thank you very much, Osaki. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the sparkly and joyful month and graceful month of August. My name is Freki Andrew Estienne. I'm based in Port Harcourt in Rivers State, Fair Care Foundation, member of Bold Heart Initiative. I use the wheelchair from spinal cord injury, and honestly, August.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Afyong, please introduce yourself.
All right, good morning, beautiful people. I hope your weather is better than mine. Welcome. My name is Afyong Etum. I'm a member of Bold Hearts Initiative. I live and work in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State as a lab scientist. I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. And I must say, I'm glad to finally be here.
Thank you very much, Afyong. The weather today is something else. We're just praying God. Let's end this episode very well. Okay, our guest in the house, Susan, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Susan. I'm from Benue State. I reside in Makurdi, Benue State. And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also an advocate for disability and gender-based. I'm a singer. I'm also a student. I'm a bead designer too. Thank you so much. I'm a polio survivor and I use a wheelchair.
Thank you, Susan. Our topic today is gratitude for life as a woman with disability. That question is like, what are they saying thank you or being grateful for? You are having a life with disability and you're being grateful. So it's something that it sounds somehow, but it's something necessary. And people wondering, why are they being thankful? I'm so glad to say I'm being grateful and I'm thankful for today's for life. And like the topic goes, gratitude for life as a woman with disability. So I'd like us to do an intro. Or when you hear gratitude, what comes to your mind? I'll start with Afyong. Afyong, what comes to your mind when you hear gratitude?
Gratitude, being thankful, choosing to focus on what is actually going right for you rather than what is not going right, choosing to focus on what you have instead of what you don't have.
Thank you very much, Afyong. Frankie, what do you have to say towards that? Gratitude.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. It's an English word. It's an expression of appreciation for something done, either for you or for a situation. It can be directed at a person or not. It can be just a state of mind as well. Thank you. But it has to do with expression of gratitude on thanks and appreciation.
Okay, thank you very much. I like the way we all explain gratitude, appreciation, thankful, focusing on the right things that you are doing well, focusing on the things that are, let's say, good concerning you or any other person, and leave the ones that are bad effect or something that don't make you feel better, something that will make you be happy. So that's gratitude. Now, the next question is, this will go round to all of us, is importance of gratitude. Should I be grateful as a woman with disability? Like, I would say yes. Initially, one way or the other, we had disability, either from an infant or from along as we grow older in life. Like I always say, I had a disability when I was an infant. So all through my life, I've lived with disability. So you know what that means? That's not funny at all. But today, if I look back, I've never seen a disability. So I'm just happy, and I know I should be grateful. I should be glad that even with disability, I could go as far as the length I have gone now. There are a lot of things I have achieved through disability, and there are a lot I missed out because of disability. So it's a waiting, but I decided to accept the fact that I have a disability, and I appreciate it, and I'm living with it. And there are still more good things that are coming my way. Like, for example, I'll say it helps me increase my productivity, because you know that the truth is that disability has a lot of negative feelings. And once you come out, people are looking at you and expecting positiveness. No, you can't use disability as an excuse, because to be a failure on your own part and nobody's part. So for me, it increased my productivity, because as a disability, I need to shine, I need to go out there, I need to do what I can do, no matter how little it is. So Afyong, why would you be grateful as a woman with disability? I know you had disability in your teens, your mid-20s and the rest. So why should you?
I'm not grateful for the disability, but I am grateful for life. I'm grateful for life. I'll be honest, disability rarely does, if you think about it, rarely does give you, something to be grateful for. But I am grateful for the life I have, because disability can be filled with difficulties. But I'm grateful that I see it like a second chance, like a reset in my life, an opportunity to do things differently. So it's also like a form of personal development, where you're faced with a challenge and then learn how to navigate it and make the best of it. So I am grateful for the people that I have gotten to know through this, in the course of this journey. People I've gotten to know, the knowledge I have been able to acquire that has helped me to be able to, make the best of a difficult situation. So I'm grateful for those things. I'm also grateful for the fact that I'm still here in spite of it all. So that gives me, hope. I'm grateful also to God for His grace that helps me get up every day and keep going. Those are just some of the things that I'm grateful for. And I believe that every woman with disability, if you look hard enough, there's always a reason to be grateful. Gratitude helps it improves your well-being, and it helps you to get better as a person.
Okay, for me, I will first of all just pick up from where Afyong ended, that gratitude helps to improve one's both mental and emotional well-being. I have experienced that personally. And for me, as a woman with disability, I think I have every reason to thank God for everything, because I am also a Christian, and the Bible taught me that in every situation we should give thanks to God, because it is part of His will and purpose for our lives. So at a point, I struggle to appreciate, the disability itself, the reason why I am I had to, be a person with disability and all of that. But when I realized that it is still it cannot deter me from fulfilling God's purpose for my life. I accepted it, and I wake up every morning, to appreciate God for everything and to appreciate Him for the disability itself, because it has not deterred me. One of the things that I also want to acknowledge is the fact that, gratitude itself is a way of acknowledging either an act of kindness or whatever has happened. But sometimes it is not even when you receive. You can even appreciate God or appreciate someone in advance for what you expect to receive. So that is one of the reasons why I see gratitude to be very important as a woman with disability. And for a while now, I find it very easy to appreciate people and appreciate God Himself.
I have every reason to appreciate God and appreciate the people around me. I want to first of all start from my family. As a person with disability, growing up in a family, I have a lot of people who have been showing me love right from my childhood, especially from my immediate family. I am grateful to God for that, and I appreciate the people around me too. The first time growing up as a child with disability, it was actually not easy. So it was not easy because I tend to focus on my disability. I was focusing on my disability. I did not think of appreciating anyone or appreciating God. So when you focus on the negative side of your life, you will be unable to see any good thing in your life to appreciate for. So when I was growing up, I didn't see a reason why I should appreciate anyone or God because of the disability I had. So I was actually focusing on the disability. Not until recently when I started advocating for disability rights, I began to have the knowledge of the importance of gratitude and the importance of being positive about one's life. So this subject of gratitude is very, very important. It's very, very important in the sense that even to God, when you appreciate God, He tends to do more in your life. So, and we are made in the image of God. So when a human being is kind to you and you acknowledge that act of kindness, no matter how little, that person is motivated to do more for you. It's very important for women with disabilities to remain grateful in their lives, because when they are grateful, the more positive things will happen to them. Like when you don't think, you can't be grateful. So it's necessary for them to think and focus on the positive side of their lives only, because definitely there is no human being on earth that is surrounded with only negativity. So when you focus on the positive side of your life, when you see some things that are positive in your life, be grateful for it. Because with time, when you are grateful for it, those things will tend to increase more, and the good things will come to your life more. So it's very important for any person, especially women with disability, to be grateful. If you see any woman with disability, all the women with disabilities I've met so far, they are exceptionally beautiful. They are intelligent. So there are a lot of things to be grateful for as a woman with disability. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Susan. Thank you for sharing. And it is true that in spite of or despite a disability, whether an obvious one or an invisible one, it's important for one to tend towards being intentional about being grateful. It is true that with disability, it can be very difficult sometimes to find reasons to be grateful, especially when Murphy's Law is at work, where things are going wrong simultaneously back to back. Put yourself in the right frame of mind, gratitude, and this way it magnifies the good in one's life and makes the negatives to become inconsequential, or brings them a bit lower, makes them to be less obvious. So gratitude has to be intentional for any woman with disability, especially if you're living in a country where it's not exactly easy. You have to be a bit more intentional about gratitude. So the assignment to anyone who's listening to us out there, or from me, would be, what are 5 things you are grateful for in spite of disability? So it is important because it puts you in the right frame of mind. It takes your mind off the negative and places it on something good. It's also a great motivator because once you see one or two things that have gone right, you're motivated towards living your life better and more fully.
Oh, thank you very much, Freki. Thank you very much, ladies. The network has been so bad here. Okay, let's going towards our third question. Is our last question so far. We'll share an experience that made you and I being grateful. Let me start with myself. What as a child with disability, growing up was not bad, but it was not easy because with my family they didn't understand it in the early 80s. So I later went to a school for children with disabilities, polio, physical disabilities. So there we had the basic knowledge of life and everything you should do. At the beginning stage, it looked like I was like a setback because at age 5, I had not done anything in my life, as in I was still crawling. I can't even move. That's even how bad it was. So I can't even do it. So at age 5, a child should have done I think some part of his life, but in my own case was zero. I only know how to talk and smile and everything, but I can't move. I didn't have the basic education, nothing. So at that age, I started learning how to crawl, still in the same home, Compassion Center. Now, just a different name then. So we are taught different things in that. So I stayed in primary school for as long as 15 years. So you could see the setback. So it was like, wow, what's happening? So eventually, because of you had to learn how to move, because one of their primary goal was you moving from point A to point B. So I had to learn how to move with crutches. So from there, I got into the secondary school. Now, in my secondary school, funny enough, I finished secondary school at early adult. Fortunately, I was lucky. I got to university. And before my 27th or 6th birthday, I was done with university. And I got a job. So until then, have been rolling. So looking back with all I've achieved and so far, I think there was no loss. Somehow, I don't know how God did it that I could meet up. Like, yes, nobody and you is having a race to say you're competing to anybody. Of course, no. But when you look at the way life is going, I think it's like you are behind, but you are not. So I don't know how I'm going to say, but somehow, I meet up with life. Even when I meet my peer groups or age mates, I find that I'm even ahead of them. Like, how did I jump the hurdles? So I look at say with disability, God helped me and people around me so far. I could still execute every good things I have achieved and we still achieve as long as God gives me life. So looking back, I'm so happy and like I'm now to share this experience that disability could look like a setback, but really deep down it's not, because it's a process of life. Like I always say, disability is just a comma. It's not a full stop. Comma means you could just wait and think, but as long as the sentence continues, you still have much things to write. It's not a full stop, it has ended. So that's my own story of disability as a journey for my own life. So I like Afyong to share our own story.
Okay. I think one of the things I am most grateful for, one of the experiences I'm most grateful for on this journey of disability is the ability to adapt. And that is one of the things that helped me, especially when I had to relocate. When I got employment, the ability to move from the environment I was familiar with to a totally different environment. But I was determined that, I wasn't going to, just sit back and wait for people to assist me or do everything for me. I knew that I could still, contribute. And so moving from one place to another, basically, on my own, because I had to stay on my own for a while and do things. But that resilience, that ability to adapt is one thing I'm grateful for. And I think it's basically only because I was able to think differently. Yes, the complications, I was still learning how to cope with the disability. It was still fairly new then. But I was determined that, well, whatever comes, we'll learn on the job. We'll keep going. We'll learn as we go. So I think, that experience and then having to navigate the workplace and make adjustments and just trying to find my own space and do as much as I could is one thing I'm grateful for. It has helped me to build the skills that has, sustained me over the years. So I'm really grateful for that experience.
Thank you very much, Afyong. Florence, let's hear your story.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I can relate with what Osaki and Afyong has mentioned about disability, and I want to add that it was, like I said earlier, it was very difficult accepting and thanking, especially God, for disability, and even appreciating people around me. But I had the opportunity to read about others who were so grateful to God about their disability and how He has turned their disability around. And that really affected me. And since then, I also determined in my heart, and I made a commitment that I don't just want to just live as a person with disability, but I want, to live a life that will affect others. I trusted God, let me say it as a Christian, that God should turn my disability into a ministry. And one thing I am grateful to God about is the fact that at one point or the other, I've had people, testify that, giving glory to God for my life, appreciating God for my life, and appreciating me also, for influencing their life in one way or the other, just like I learned. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, okay. We can hear you.
Yes, so for me as a person with disability, for me as a person with disability, I have every reason to appreciate God. And God has also placed a lot of people around me that have been very kind and nice to me, first my family and others. And see, I don't waste time, to say thank you. I think thank you, like I'm grateful, has become a part of my life. Just recently, sometimes I just wake up and just thank God even for my bed, for the texture of my bed. Send them messages to thank them. But above all, I also keep a gratitude journal. I don't just say it. I don't just imagine or conceive it in my mind. I sit down at the end of every day to write some things that I'm grateful for. And this may not necessarily be positive all the way. No. There are some things that are seemingly not so nice, but I still thank God for the opportunity to experience them. And most times when I go back to look at my journal, I will see that, you appreciated God for this person that was not so nice to you, but now the person is now being nice.
So Frankie, share your story, please.
Yes, I'm going to share story. I'm just going to talk about, there are many stories. So in this walk of disability, I'm grateful for the ability to still find meaning and purpose for life. I'm grateful for the ability to be able to jump back even in the lowest of time. I'm also very grateful for times always turn to become a blessing. I'm grateful for the opportunity to still be able to sing. I'm grateful for the opportunity to still be able to be useful in the Master's hands. I'm grateful for growth in the place of disability, so that even when people who I think should accept me, love me for who I am, do not, I understand that they only act based on the knowledge that they have, and I pray for them to increase their knowledge. I am grateful for my relationship with Jesus, because it has inspired me to understand that life may throw you lemons. You have the ability to make beauty from those lemons, called lemonade. Life may throw you this and that, but it's not by your strength. He is the one that gives strength from joy. Also grateful for family support in all of the steps that God brought along my way through the journey. I'm also very grateful for what lies ahead, because I'm inspired and I understand there is more, and I thank you.
Okay, Suzanne, please tell your own story. Thank you very much, Frank.
All right, yes, I have a lot to be grateful. I have a lot to tell about my life. a lot of things that I'm grateful about. But because of time, I can't say everything. But I want to start from the beginning before I will now summarize. Growing up as a child with disability, I was not going to school from the beginning. I was at home. Every other person, all my siblings, I'm from a family of 8, and I'm the third to the last. Every other person had gone to school, but, including my younger ones. They were attending school while I remained at home. Why? Not because my parents did not love me, but they could not see the possibility of me going to school. So I particularly want to appreciate God and appreciate life in general, that in the end, I was able to go to school. So it was one fateful day that an organization came to visit my family, and they told them that if they sensitized them, that it's possible for me to go to school. So one mysterious thing that happened was that with that excitement, that was even when my gratitude for life started from. So when I started school, I never attended a nursery school in my life. I didn't even start from primary 1. I had to start from primary 2 because I had already grown up. So my younger ones, they were already my senior in primary school. But how it happened that I became a graduate before all of them, it was a surprise to me. Do you understand? So after my primary school, I went to secondary school. Same story, because there was no much advocacy for disability rights at that time. So same story, same discrimination. How can this one attend a public school, general school? She needs to go to a special school. And at that time, there was no special school around, So I managed to attend that school, bearing everything until but God, in His infinite mercy, blessed me with He blessed me with intelligence. So I was just topping every class I went to. So somehow God helped me. And after secondary school, I attended an NC program. I did an NC program. I did not stop at that. I did my BSc. After my BSc, I said I was not going to stay idle. I started hustling from one hustle to another. I want to thank God for helping me to discover some abilities in me. You understand? So I have been so grateful to God, to my Creator, for those abilities. There are a lot of things that I never knew that I would be able to do, that I've been doing. I found myself doing them. Why? Because I want to make it. And I want to be successful in life. And I don't want to be a liability at all to anyone, especially to my family. So as God will have it, as I started my business after my BSc.
Susan,
yes,
please, could you? We are out of time, so could you just round up? If we all want to share our stories, we'll not leave here today. So please, could you just round up? Yeah, our time is up.
Okay. So I appreciate God for life. I appreciate everyone around me, especially my family. I thank God for blessing me with a lot of good people. So God has blessed me so much that the little business I've been doing has blessed me to be able to even place my mother on monthly allowance. Is a big thing I want to appreciate God for. And right now, I am doing my MS, my master's now, and I really thank God for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Susie. So I'm so grateful and glad that ladies in the house have been able to share their experience and reasons why we are all grateful as women with disabilities. It's something you need to hear from us in particular, because I know people out there will be wondering why, how, when. But with these stories of ours, we'll give someone out there like, okay, it's true. You people have reason. Even before you don't do it, but right now, you start doing it and you'll be grateful. And so I'm grateful means more. Do you understand? It means like once you're grateful, more things happen. Gratitude is thankful. Gratitude is necessary. Gratitude means more appreciation and all the rest. So if you enjoyed this video, our channel, I would like you to subscribe, press that subscription button, so that whenever we have new episodes, you get it automatic. And share and comment on our YouTube and our Facebook channel. We'll be here next week, same times. 10:30 every Saturday to give you interesting topics. I know the next Saturday, another person will be on another topic that you will sit down and you will enjoy yourself. I want to thank our online audience that are watching our videos and also commenting. Like the last episode we had, I think a fan of ours had an opportunity to share our own story in the YouTube channel. So things of that nature is what we encourage as much as you can. So subscribe, enjoy, share, and spread it out. Is a good news for all, if not for one for us, for all of us. So I'd like ladies in the house to unmute their mic and say thank you. Gratitude. Just say thank you. That's all. So we can end off today. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week. Bye.
Happy Christmas. Bye. Tesfa.
Bye. Stay grateful. Bye.
This is Bold TV.